Welcome to Using Your Online Memberhub Store and Fundraisers Workshop. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box. We'll answer the questions at the end of the workshop, if time permits. Our presenter today is Gina Ward. Gina Ward has been a member of the Memberhub customer service team for over 2 years, providing live chat support, assisting with Memberhub email support, as well as state PTA relations. She has volunteered in various levels of PTA for over 5 years and believes Memberhub is a great asset for any PTA. We'll now turn the program over to Gina.
Hi, thank you so much. So like you said, today we're going to be talking about using your online Memberhub store and fundraisers. What you're going to see today, some of it may be a little bit different since it is on the Memberhub 21, which is what we're launching within the next week. But most all of it is the same since the store has already been updated. It's just not going to be, you're not going to access your store.
Gina, all right to start?
Yes. Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Yes, I'm all right to start. I was talking. Did nobody hear me talking?
I heard you. I heard you.
Okay, great. Okay. So anyways, we'll just move on. So our agenda today is setting up your Stripe account, how to sell memberships and other spiritware items in your store, orders and reconciling your payouts from Memberhub, how to launch your public website, using givebacks to help parents save and raise money, as well as Memberhub fundraisers. And the different fundraisers we have within Memberhub are a-thons, auctions, crowdfunding, events, raffles, and sweepstakes. So the first thing you're going to need to do is set up your Stripe account. And to do that, you would click on Online Store and click Store Settings. And then you would just click Set up your Stripe account now. Yes, this is a little bit different. This is what is with Memberhub 21, which will be launching within the next week. So the setup may be a little bit different compared to how you did it if you've already done it, but you would simply click Set up your Stripe account now. And then this process is still the same. You would type in your cell phone number. You don't want to put in someone else's number or even a landline phone number because you're going to get a text sent to you to verify who you are. So then after you put in your cell phone number, you would type in the verification code that's sent to your phone. And for your business, you're going to select nonprofit organization. And then you're going to enter in your business information. So your business information would be your legal business name. That means that is your state PTA name, not your local PTA name, because your EIN is registered within your state PTA, then it would be your state PTA. Now, I don't know exactly what New Jersey is, and I'm sure they can answer it for you if you contact them. I've also recommended that you can search the IRS website by your EIN to find exactly what your legal business name is. I am in Alabama, so ours is PTA Alabama Congress. So it could very well be something similar to that, PTA New Jersey Congress. But don't quote me on that. You should verify that yourself. For your DBA, that is doing business as, that's where you will put your local PTA name, the business address, your phone number, and then also for industry type drop down, you would choose membership organizations, charities, and social service organizations. And you would put in your bank information. And then the next thing you're going to need to put in your legal representative information. So the legal representative should be either your treasurer or your president putting in this information. They would need to put in their first and last name, their email address, and then their job title. Like I said, treasurer or president is preferred, or it could be anyone on the checking account, but those are the most preferred. Their date of birth, mailing address, phone number, and the last 4 digits of your social. This is strictly an identity verification, nothing more than that. It is a federal requirement by Stripe to verify your identity. And this is one of the ways that they do this. Memberhub has no access to this information whatsoever. And if you have further questions on that, you can email support and we can send you an article explaining that more. So once you have your Stripe account set up, you're going to want to start selling your memberships in your store. So the first step would be to go to memberships within the membership module and click edit member types. So within the membership list, if you've never done it before, when you first come in, you're going to see a list of your state membership types, and the default price is all going to be set to what you would charge, what you would pay your state PTA. So you would want to edit each one of those. And from the screen, you can click the three dots to edit the price of it. And you can also edit the visibility by clicking the three dots and then checking hide in store if you don't want to sell that particular membership in your store. If you have bundled memberships that you want to, like a family membership, you can create a new membership and then set that up by putting in how many members are included in that membership and so forth. Creating a new membership, it looks similar to, this is the screen that you would have. You would put in your name, the name of the membership, a description, and then that's where you would put in the number of members, and it defaults, like, so if you put in 3 members and you pay New Jersey PTA $4 per member, it's not going to let you charge less than $12 for that membership. That's just a scenario. I don't know exactly how much you guys pay, but that's just an example. It will not let you charge for a membership less than what you would pay your state. And every membership defaults to the memberships category. And you can also add custom fields and so forth within the membership for tracking it. Once you're selling memberships in your store, the next thing you might want to do is start selling some spiritware or other products in your store. So you would just simply click online store and click products. And then you would create a new product. You would click new product. And then you also have any products that you've already created are already going to be listed as well. So when you click new product, you're going to get a screen very similar to the membership one we just showed, but you have the option where shoppers can enter a custom price. Let's say that you're creating a donation where you're collecting funds for a big event or something like that. You can let them put in whatever amount they want for that donation. You can set up different categories in your site to track those members, track the products and so forth. As well in the product, you can add colors and sizes. So if you click add colors, it's going to give you a list of different colors as options. And you can remove any of the colors you don't want to offer for those parents. You can also, same thing with sizes, you can click add sizes and you'll be given like a list of sizes that you can select, they can select from as well. And you can remove any ones you're not going to, or even add some that you might. Add custom option is where you can create additional fields for tracking the order by. It could be the teacher's name, student name, for how the order might be delivered to the parent and so forth. Also, you can change your inventory tracking. You can turn it on. So tracking inventory means that you have a set amount of product to sell and you don't want to oversell what you have. So you would set a limit on the number that you would sell within your store. And then when you run out of that inventory, they would get an out of stock message when they try to purchase something that you have run out, you no longer have inventory of. So the custom fields, like I mentioned before, when you create a custom field, you're going to get a window like this where you can set it up as a text field where they would type in their answer. They can select a list from a list of options, or they can select multiple options from that list. That's all how you set it up. The field name would be what they would see that they would have to, the question student name. Then they would text fields, type in their student name. If you want this a required field, meaning that they have to answer this question before they can add it to your cart, add it to their cart, then you would check the box required. And that means that they would not be able to add the product to their cart until they answer that question. When you're doing inventory, it is best to, all of your select fields are going to have an inventory tracking with them. So if you want the parent to select the teacher's name from a list, make that a multi-select field unless you're setting a set inventory for each teacher, then that would make sense. But if you're not setting a set inventory for each teacher and you want them to select the teacher's name from a list, make the field a multi-select so that you don't have to set up an inventory for each teacher. To manage inventory, when you're viewing the list of products, you can click the little 3 dots here and click manage inventory. And then on this page, like this example, it has black and white for colors. So you can type in how much of each color you have in stock that you're going to sell. If you end up selling something in person, you can come in here and do a minus however many you sold in person to adjust so you don't sell them again in the store. Or if somebody made an exchange, they got the wrong size or they wanted a different color, you can come in here and adjust your inventory like that as well. If you had to refund an order, you would have to come in here and manually adjust the inventory also. The next thing that we're going to go over is adding cash and check orders to your store. So to view all of your orders, you would simply click online store, view orders. And when you're viewing all your orders, you can click on add cash or check order to add an order to your list that was paid by cash or check. So you would click add cash or check order, and it's going to take you to your live store where you're going to add that product to your cart like you're the customer checking out. And then on the checkout screen, you're going to see the option record cash or check payment. Because you are already currently logged in as a site admin, that's why you're going to see that. If you're not logged in as a site admin, you will not see that option record cash or check payment. And you would need to log into the site and then choose to do a cash or check payment. So from this page, when you click record cash or check payment, then you can put in the customer's information, select cash or check, and complete the order. Once you complete the order, their order will show up in your list of orders. You can click order ID to view any of your orders that you currently have in your store. Each week, you're going to get a deposit on Friday from all of your orders in your store up to the Wednesday before, which is it'll be actually called Memberhub payout. And so you're going to, in order to reconcile that, you're going to need to come in here and click payouts and view. You're going to see a list of all of your payout reports, and you would select your report for the most recent payout, and you can see a list of all the different information that is in that. Payouts will show, a payout report is going to show you all of the orders within that deposit. And if, let's say that there was one order and they ordered multiple items in one order, then they would have multiple lines with that one order. It'll have the date and time of the order, the customer's name and their email, the quantity, the price, their subtotal. It'll even have the fees if the parent is paying the fees. Now, if the PTA is covering the fees in the store, it's going to be 0, since this is going to show exactly what the parent paid. So if you need to determine what your processing fees were from the store, you can subtract the transfer amount from the subtotal, and that will tell you how much you ended up paying for fees total. It'll also have the item name as well as the category, and then even a direct URL for the order. That tends to help if you're not able to, you can't figure out, well, I don't recall seeing that order in the store. Let me click this link and I can go straight to it. The next feature of the Memberhub store is our website. So you can have up to 6 pages within your website for free. And to set up your website, you would just go to the website builder and click website admin, and then click the get started button in the top right corner. And then when you first set up, you're going to edit your you want to edit the web page. So you would click the 3 little dots and click edit web page. The very first page you automatically get is your landing page. And if you notice, the path is just a slash bar. Your landing page has to be just a slash bar. There's no way to change it. If you change it, it'll create an error when people try to go to your website. So your landing page needs to be just a slash. When you click edit web page, this is what it's going to look like when you first come in. You can click this little icon in the top right corner to upload a banner for your website. You can also select some that we've already provided within the settings. You can put in your about information, type in a short description about your PTA. And as you see, your website automatically has one link already, which is to view your store. But you can, as you create new web pages within your website, they'll all appear in this area next to the store. Now, to add new pages, you would just click add page and you would type in the name. You can select what you want for the next page for the path, since you can't have the same path for every one. And then these are the different layouts. So the landing page was the layout I just showed you. Then there's the content page, which is basically a page that it's a block of content. You can put in any information you want. You can put in hyperlinks, images, or anything like that. But it's one block. It's not really, it's more of like if you just have a simple message you want to put on a page, that would be the best way. The events page is going to list all of the events on your calendar in your site. And the officers page is going to list all of your officers listed for the current year within your site. And then the custom page editor, this is our favorite, like the most popular one we have, where you would set up your entire layout. There's blocks, you can set them up whether you want columns and rows and move the blocks around. You can put HTML and images and so forth, and really just make it however you want your site to look like. Now, once you have all of your pages ready to go and you're fully ready to make your website live, it's a two-step process. The first step is to check the box here that says make live. That is going to make the entire website live, but unless you have a web page live, it's not going to do anything. So you need to click edit visibility for each web page and check the box is live to make each page live. And once you do that, your website will be fully live. The next thing we're going to go over are givebacks. So givebacks are it's a really simple, easy fundraiser that you can do for your PTA. Basically, businesses have partnered with Memberhub to provide discounts to our parents. And the discounts are provided to parents through the Memberhub store for your PTA. So basically, the business gets new business by offering this discount, and the parent gets a discount, and then the PTA gets a give back for it. And depending on the offer, you can get up to 20% of each sale in your store. So there's no out-of-pocket cost for PTAs or businesses. It's just a partnership between Memberhub, the PTA, and the business. It's very simple. It's no extra cost or work required. And all you do is add offers to your store and promote them. So to set up givebacks, you would just click Givebacks module and click Giveback settings. And then you would click subscribe to givebacks, meaning that you want to participate. And then the next step is to add those givebacks into your store, to add those offers. So to look at what is available, you would just click Givebacks module and click Explore Givebacks. And then you're going to see a list of different offers available. And you would just select whichever one you're interested in. And you can choose to add it to the store or reject it. You'll see all the details on the offer. Some businesses have multiple offers that you can see all the different ones within this page, and you would just select which ones you want and add them to the store. Or if you're like, I don't think that's appropriate for our school, we're just going to reject that one. It's entirely up to you. So once you add it to your store, then it is fully live, and as people purchase it in your store, you'll get a give back from it. The next thing we're going to talk about is Memberhub Fundraisers. Memberhub Fundraisers launched about a year ago, and it's been really popular due to the pandemic. It's really helped a lot of PTAs be able to still have their fundraisers, even though parents weren't allowed at the schools or anything like that. And, it's been a whole different environment for education this year and everything. So the fundraisers have really helped. It allows you to create a professional online fundraising page. It's completely separate from your store. And so parents can go to your fundraising page instead of your store, and it's less of a shopping cart experience and more of just viewing a web page. So to access fundraising, you would just simply click the fundraising module on the left-hand side, and you're going to see the 6 different types that we offer. So each one of these has its benefits and it all depends on how you want to set it up. So an a-thon will allow you to do team fundraising, and parents can make or sponsors or donors can make a donation based on activity. They can pledge per unit of activity or a flat rate donation. And you can set it up where your teams are, like, kids are competing against each other, classrooms are competing against each other and stuff, kind of just to boost your fundraising a bit when there's a little bit of a competition in there. Now, crowdfunding is similar to a-thons, but it's not necessarily, there's no team fundraising in it. Or I'm sorry, there's no activity with it. There's still team fundraising, but no activity. So it's just flat rate donations. They can choose to make one donation, a single time donation, or they can do monthly regularly donations as well. I have seen some crowdfunding being done for like a school year, where they do it for the entire school year. We're raising money for this. You can make a donation, and it's a monthly donation, or you can make a one-time donation to help our school for this big fundraiser. That's just some different ideas for that. With events, that's where basically you can do an online registration for an in-person event, or you can do an online registration for a virtual event, however you want to set it up. If it's an in-person event, you can even check in attendees as they appear for the in-person event and so forth. For auctions, is pretty much like it says, it's an auction where people can bid on different items. And within an auction, you can do English or proxy style auction, one being traditional style, one being an eBay style auction. For raffles, some states it's not permitted and some states permit it. And then there's other legalities and stuff. So I always tell PTAs, check with your state PTA before you do a raffle to make sure that's something that there's no extra guidelines that you have to follow. I know some states require the PTA have a special license to do a raffle and so forth. And I know in Alabama, we can't even do raffles at all. So if raffle's not an option, there is a sweepstakes option. The big thing with that is, with a raffle, you can have the system automatically draw the winners, or you can manually draw them yourself. With a sweepstakes, also with a raffle, you can actually put in, people can purchase in person and you can put them in. Sweepstakes, you cannot purchase in person, you can only purchase online, and any in-person entries are free. So those are the big differences between the two on those. Now, a lot of people always ask with Memberhub Fundraisers, how much does it cost? Well, Memberhub Fundraisers, it's separate from your store. So the pricing is different. I forgot to mention earlier with your store, it's a 3.5% plus 50 cents per transaction. And those fees in the store are split between Memberhub and Stripe. Memberhub has negotiated with Stripe to get you the nonprofit rate within your store, which is the 2.2% plus 30 cents per transaction. But to help cover overhead costs, the difference between that 1.3 plus 20 cents goes to Memberhub to help cover operating costs within the store. And you can pass those in your settings, you can pass those to parents or cover them as a PTA. Now with Memberhub Fundraisers, there is a platform fee and then a Stripe processing fee. They're completely separate and you choose how you set it up. So the platform fee can be either free or a flat fee. The free option means that your PTA, you as the PTA, will not pay Memberhub anything to use Memberhub Fundraisers. But with that agreement, you are choosing to put on your fundraiser a question asking donors to tip Memberhub to help with that. Now, if you don't want to ask donors to give a tip, you can choose the flat fee, which is one flat fee that you would pay Memberhub for that. Now, when you do the free option, there's not much options in choosing how you set up your fundraiser because the free option requires that you pay the Stripe processing fees. There's no way to pass those Stripe processing fees on to the donor when you choose the free option. So you're basically asking donors to give a tip to Memberhub and then covering the 2.2% plus 30 cents per transaction of their donation. Now, if you choose the percent pricing or the fixed option, which is a fixed 7.5%, you're giving Memberhub 7.5%, and you can choose whether the donor give the full 7.5% and you pay the processing fees, or you guys split it. It's all in how you set up the fundraiser. With the percent pricing option, you have a bit more freedom in how you set it up, and donors are not asked to give a tip, but it could potentially cost your PTA a little bit more, all depending on how you set up the fundraiser. And that pretty much is it. I did cover a lot, so I just want to point out, like, if you are in the site later and you have some questions that you think of afterwards, you can always check out our little help widget in the corner. And when you click on the help widget, you'll see our resource center where you can start a live chat. We're not available on the weekends, though. If you do start a live chat on the weekends, it'll just send an email to support and we'll answer it on Monday if nobody's in over the weekend. We also have our help center articles that you can search for help, as well as walkthroughs, a quick start checklist, and any announcements that we have. And now for questions.
Hi, Gina. It's Ashima from Village School PTA in West Windsor. How are you?
Hi.
Great. I have a question. are we able to see when people subscribe from give backs? And also, we have this feeling that parents don't want to get unnecessary emails. So have you had any feedback about people not happy about getting give back emails? And how often do they get those emails?
Okay, so the give back emails, and I know within the settings, you should be able to set that within your store settings, you can adjust this. No, now for Tuesdays, I think I may mix it up and I may have to verify this. There's an email on Tuesday and there's an email on Thursday. The Tuesday email goes only to your site admins, your store admins. So that's your PTA officers. The Thursday email will only go to the people within your organization. And it only goes if there's a new give back offer in your store. Now you can turn off there's a feature in your store settings where you can turn off automatically adding new give backs to your store. So if you have it turned on, it's going to automatically add new give backs to your store after they've become available for 11 days. So if you turn that off and you have control over when you add the give backs to your store, and then they would only be notified when you add a new one within the past week on that Thursday email. So they would not necessarily be getting an email every Thursday. And the Tuesday email will only notify you if there's new offers that have been added to your site that like within the past week. So you would get that Tuesday email when there's new offers available as a site admin that you can add. And Thursday, your parents will get that email when there's new offers added to the store. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you so much, Gina. So if there is a new offer in the store, say if we've selected for automatically being updated, and on Tuesday we see the new offers, but we don't want that specific offer to be emailed out, can we at that point cut it off?
Yes. If you don't want that specific offer being emailed out, now, did you say that you add it to your store, but you don't want them to be notified about the specific offer that you added? Because they will only be notified if it was added to your store.
Got it. So if you said there's a feature that, things can automatically get added to our store, either that or we manually select. So if it's automatically set up, but we do not approve of that item or that product, so at that point, could we cross it out?
Yes. Once it's added, you can still go back and remove it from your store as well. If you're concerned that there may be something get added that you don't want added, you can just turn off that feature entirely to not automatically add those offers. Our school is kind of small, so we have limited the we've limited the gift backs that we've added to our store. So we have that turned off so that they're not automatically added, because I think at one point our store was just overloaded with gift backs more than anything else, and it was just a bit too much. So we just tried to limit it down to only what we felt was applicable to our parents, and we turned off the feature to automatically add them.
And who updates the give backs? Like, is Memberhub doing it, or can we go to our local businesses and ask them if they would like to be a part of our give backs?
You can go to local businesses and invite them. There is a link I can share with you that you can send to them, and they can basically they would be submitting a form to Memberhub about joining gift backs. And I'm just going to put that link in the chat for you guys. They're with the Memberhub 21, they're taking it out of inviting local businesses through your Memberhub store. That was originally how you could invite businesses. And now they're asking that you share that link with the business, and the business can put in the information, or you can put the business information in there and submit it to Memberhub. But Memberhub will contact the business, and then they'll work out a give back offer to offer in your store. And once it's provided, they'll notify you when it's live and so forth.
That's amazing. So all we have to do is just talk to them, and then Memberhub takes over the negotiation part.
Exactly.
That's great. Thank you.
And there is not a fee for the business to become a give back. It's just a partnership. The business is saying, yeah, we'll offer a discount to our PTA parents. If they purchase through your store, it's really like like 10% off their meal or something like that. It happens a lot. I've seen it locally here. We have a local school that before Memberhub, they went around and asked local businesses in their area, would you be willing to partner with us to offer a discount to any of our PTA parents? And so as parents joined their PTA, they got a discount card that had that business listed and what they got for a discount from that. And I think that we've even had bands like do a fundraiser where they've sold these discount cards with local businesses, and you just show your discount card to the business and you get that discount. So it's very similar to that, but it's being online. So the business is saying, yeah, we'll partner with you guys. We'll offer this discount, and your PTA gets a little bit of a kickback from it.
Just to clarify, Gina, this is not for all PTA members, right? Like who will this go to? All the people who are in our contacts who've purchased maybe spiritware or some other product, but not necessarily become a member? Or
right.
Members?
It would be all the people within your organization. So if they have an email within your organization, they would be notified with the gift back emails.
Thank you.
Going into the questions in the chat. So Nancy, you asked about a county membership. What if the amount of membership collected is less than $4? Can that be entered in membership now? Okay, so that would be something that you would create yourself as a product in your store, not necessarily a membership for county, since that I'm guessing that's something that you're not paying your state PTA. That's just you're collecting as a county membership.
Right. So actually that's what I did, but there's now the service charge that's been put on top of it. So that's why I was wondering if you guys have changed so we can be able to, with the update, has it changed so we can put it under membership?
It has not.
Okay.
And there, there's a processing fee in the store, regardless whether it's a membership product or any other product. Is that what you're referring to with the fee?
Yeah,
3.5%. Yeah, that is entirely like any product in the store, whether it's membership or another product, is the processing fees. I'm a council leader as well. I was VP of membership for our council last year, and now I'm the treasurer. And so we talked about setting it up where our local units could go on our store to pay their membership dues, but we charge like 50 cents per member, and it just didn't seem very cost efficient to do it that way.
Oh, it works well.
Great. That's wonderful to hear. I would love to if you book.
Well, we could do it off so it's not pertaining to, because not everybody here is a county, but it works.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah. That's great. Well, that's great to hear. But yeah, and I do know that with Memberhub 21, they are setting it up to where local units in the future, not yet, but they hope with later down the road that local units will be able to submit their county or region or council dues to their county, council, or region through Memberhub. That is the hope in the future. As of right now, it's not available yet.
Okay, thank you.
And Kelly, I see your question. So if you're setting up PTA memberships, is the $4 fee automatically taken out, or do you get the full amount? So your PTA gets the full amount that you charge for your membership, just like if you were selling it in person, you would get the full amount, and then you would turn around and pay your state dues. And you would pay that either through Memberhub or by mailing a check, however you wish to do that. And yesterday I showed in the site how you could submit your membership dues directly through the site. And with Memberhub 21, it's a lot easier process. So within the next week, it'll be just a simple click, submit payment, and rather than having to verify some micro deposits and all that kind of stuff. And Ashima, I've seen quite a few people use the fundraisers for events. I actually saw a state PTA use it recently for registration for their convention. And I'm trying to think of some other events I've seen where there's been so many fundraisers I've seen. I've seen a lot of a-thons more than anything lately. And I don't even think that I think only our developers can actually see the people that have unsubscribed from givebacks. We tend to actually have to ask our developer, can you tell me if this email is still getting giveback emails, or have they unsubscribed or something? Because I can't even seem to see that because they're only unsubscribing from the give back email and not your organization email. And why is setting up a website on Memberhub a better option? I would just say it's free. I mean, to be honest, that's my take on it as a PTA leader. When you can set up a free website on Memberhub rather than having to pay for a domain outside of Memberhub, it's to me that alone is a better option. But I'd love to hear any feedback if somebody else has set up a Memberhub website on why they feel like they like it better or anything.
I just feel that we haven't switched it yet because our website has a .org at the end and Memberhub is a .com. So maybe some people would think that we're not a nonprofit. Have you heard any such thing?
No, I've never heard that before, actually. Yeah, that's very interesting. But yeah, I haven't heard that before.
One more question, Gina. So when you said that Memberhub takes over negotiating with the business for givebacks, what is the turnaround time for that?
I wish I could tell you. I have no clue. I know at one point their sales team was overloaded and it was taking a while, but I don't think it's taking that long anymore. I think they've kind of caught up because, you know, it's kind of hit a slow season with PTA now. So people are slowing down a little bit. And I'm sure it might take a little bit longer in the fall when, you know, people are starting back up again. But right now, I don't think it's very long. I wish I could tell you an exact time. I don't know though.
No problem. And so how much does the PTA get back from those givebacks?
Well, it depends. It could be it depends on the offer and how it's worked out. It can be up to 20%. Memberhub is always striving to try to get the PTA. That's the goal is 20%, but they can't always get it perfect. So they try to get as close to. Just the few that we've added, we've raised $60 from ours. And I mean, it's been just little gift backs that we've sold in our store. I know the Sam's Club gift back was a big one. Where you can purchase a Sam's Club membership. You have to be a new Sam's Club member, but it was like $35 or something. And that was a really big deal. And then abcmouse.com, like if you have younger children, that's you get a 1 month free subscription and your PTA gets like $5 for it. So that kind of adds up a little bit too, little things like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, does anyone have any other questions for Gina? We can end a little bit early. Thank you, Gina. It's been a pleasure to have you with us today. We thank everyone for attending our presentation this morning. Please do not forget to complete the workshop survey that you will receive at the end of the convention. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you. And you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.